Reality start targeted. 2 more burglaries are added to the growing crime spree tonight. The new crime's the latest in a recent string of break-ins.
It includes last week's double murder of an American Idol exec and her husband. KCAL's Laurie Perez live in Encino for us tonight, where residents are reeling and really scared, Laurie.
That's right. Well, there's a lot happening here in Encino. Over the last few days, we have learned some new stunning details about that double murder, including that the suspect allegedly used the couple's own gun to kill them, and that there was a 911 call made from inside the house as it was happening. But equally stunning is the extreme lengths the couple seemed to go to try to protect themselves. In the end, to no avail.
She was on with our public safety officer 2 hours before she was murdered.
In the weeks, days, and now we've learned hours before they were killed, American Idol executive Robin Kaye and her husband, Thomas Deluca, seemed to be doing everything they could to protect themselves. They'd told police and city leaders about their safety concerns. They lived in a home surrounded by 6-foot walls with spikes. They had cameras, a home security system, and they had a gun. Their street had a neighborhood watch group and private security patrol, which begs the question, if they were still killed, how can anyone be safe? Josh Sauter is president of the Encino Neighborhood Council, which hosted a standing room only meeting with police and the district attorney on Monday.
There's no silver bullet for crime, right? There's just layers of safety. And she had all these different layers, and even she wasn't safe. The message is clear, right? People here want change. And last night was a demonstration of power, kind of, that people are fed up with what's happening.
The search for solutions can't come soon enough. Encino has been plagued by burglaries and break-ins over the last 2 years. And hours after the public safety meeting ended Monday, there were 2 more burglary calls. The Arellave family, which includes former Real Housewife Teddy Mellencamp, was home when they say 3 men jumped their back fence.
Unfortunate thing that's been happening here in this city. There's just been a lot of burglaries lately.
2 miles away, LAPD says a crew got away with jewelry and clothing from the Farias home. On the phone, Jaime Farias described an all too familiar scene.
They hopped the front gate. 3 masked men shattered the glass door, and then went inside and straight to the upstairs master bedroom.
Police say statistics show violent crime is actually down in Encino this year, but it doesn't seem that way yet to locals we spoke with. Their new normal is 24/7 vigilance.
We have an alarm company and we pay for monitoring, and we're part of like a WhatsApp group and a neighborhood Facebook group, and like we definitely like monitor the Citizen app. But no, I mean, I love Encino. Like, I'm here to stay for now.
The Encino Neighborhood Council is hosting a general board meeting tomorrow, they say, with a special focus on how to respond to both the double murder and the continuing violent crime here. We are live in Encino. I'm Laurie Perez. Back to you.
All right, Laurie, thank you so much. And Mike Rogers at the desk now. You're working the Encino Crime Wave story, too.
And Mike, you've learned even more tonight about those 911 calls that came from inside the home of the murdered American Idol exec.
Yeah, remember the first 911 call, the 2 calls came about 40 minutes apart. LAPD responded. Actually, the same units responded to both 911 calls. I want to show you video of the home here and of all of this as was going on in that Encino neighborhood, as Laurie mentioned. There was video from a neighbor here that described all of this. The LAPD spent a lot of time out there on July 10th, both 4 o'clock and shortly thereafter. I actually want to show you a timeline that we put together here of how all of this went down. So just after 4 p.m., a neighbor calls 911, reports the break-in at the home. Minutes later, officers responded. We listened to it. They brought in officers on the ground. They asked for a helicopter to come in because they couldn't get inside of the perimeter of the home. The helicopter didn't report seeing any trouble. Now remember, at this point, LAPD now believes that the suspect was already inside of the home, but the victims had not come home yet. Now, about 4:50 in the afternoon, that's when that second 911 call comes in. We now know, according to the LAPD, that that caller claimed to be a resident. We heard on radio traffic he mentioned a gun just before 5 p.m. Again, minutes later, officers once again responded. The same officers that came the first time responded back again the second time. The same helicopter that came the first time came back again the second time. I want you to listen to the radio broadcast from when they went out there.
Michelle Ian is possible for 459 suspect. They're now 47 in White Oak. 477 White Oak. PR stated name, advised unknown suspect possibly broke into PR's office and mentioned a firearm. Code 3 incident 3296 and RD 1097.
Now, again, it's unclear exactly who made that 911 call because according to the LAPD, it was a person claiming to be a resident. We don't know that that actually was the case. According to the LA Times, who says they have reviewed an affidavit for a warrant, somebody in the background was heard saying, quote, "Please don't shoot me," end quote. Again, the LAPD responded once again. They used a helicopter to search the premises, but never actually were able to make entry. LAPD tells me tonight they tried several points of entry, but were unable to gain access. They tried to call the 911 caller back with no answer. They also tried to get a hold of the residents and also got no answer. It would be another several days before their bodies were found after a welfare check.
All right, Mike. But Mike, do